Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Capricorn, here we are at the end. My Practicorns. Yeah, that's your new nickname. It's kind of cute. So, we're going to look at energy, my friends. We're going to look at energy outside of you and your energy. Yeah, that's been the story this week. And here we are wrapping it up with you. So this should be interesting, Capricorn. I'm going to use the Dark Goddess. Yes, Dark Goddess Oracle, the Divine Animals Oracle. I have the books down there, so I'm trying to remember what they're exactly called, because it doesn't help if I'm telling you a slightly different name than what it is and you want to look it up to try to buy it, right? So I'm trying to make it accurate. There you go. That's what that's called. The Tarot de la Nuit is here, and we have the teeny tiny everyday witch deck. So let's get started. Practicorns, let's see what's going on. Energy outside of you. People, place, thing, and then your energy. What is going on and what is going down. All right, Capricorn. Energy outside of you. Hubris. Oh, I haven't pulled this card out in a while. Oh, I used to know what this meant. Why do I feel like it has something to do with a little bit of like kind of showy arrogance? I want to look this one up. I'm going to look that up. I want to get it right. This has a feeling of kind of like defending yourself, but overly defensive, almost becoming the thing that you're trying to maybe even protect yourself the most from. We're going to have a little pause there. I'm going to look in the book, and it's been a long time since I pulled that one out, which is interesting because it's a very different energy than like what anybody else has been pulling out this week. So something very different outside of you right now. Your energy is judgment. Ooh, you are at the gates, baby. I love it. This is almost like at the gate there, right? Like having your heart weighed against the weight of a feather. So you're... Before I even look this up, I kind of feel like you are on your way to trying to leave or remove yourself from something that's been particularly difficult. Because if you got to go to the gate and have your heart weighed here, there's probably been some heavy things about life that the universe is trying to make sure that these past things, they can't come with you into whatever new future you have waiting for you. So these things have to be left behind. And the weight scale, there you are. Oh, wait a second. You didn't have that last week, did you? Who had that? Someone was trapped at the weigh scale. Oh, I think that was another piece of paper that's been thrown out now. That is so funny, isn't it? I don't think it was you. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't get the feeling that you're stuck at the weigh scale. This is like you're at the weigh scale. So you are closing off probably something of a more difficult cycle and getting ready to go into a newer, lighter cycle where these lessons aren't coming, like the knowledge, what your soul gained about those lessons is coming with you, but the heaviness, the difficulty of that is kind of being left behind. You know, that lesson is learned is very much the World card energy. I'm feeling like this lesson is learned. Are you good to go through? Are you kind of leaving that stuff behind? Are you not taking that baggage with you? I feel like this person is hanging on to the baggage a little bit. What do we have at the bottom? Trickery. Yeah, I would say that. But I feel like this doesn't feel like your trickery. I feel like this outside energy is, it's almost like making out like everything is okay. I'm fine. Like, the spiders are crawling all over me. It's all good. I am a spider. I'm okay. But it's sort of like, well, you're really supposed to come out of the cave at some point and leave the spiders behind and not actually become the one thing that's been terrifying you or holding you back So it does also have the feeling that, you know, you might even be preparing to leave someone from your past behind here, because I don't feel like this person is coming forward. So I'm going to do a little edit. I'm just going to look at the book and double check, because I feel like I'm missing something on this one. I'm back. Wasn't that quick? Yeah, you know what? I don't feel like I'm missing too much on this. It is kind of what I'm feeling here. It's almost so, the other thing that I would add to it that I did pick up from the book that maybe I didn't articulate enough when I first pulled this out was, you know, it's still going through a difficult time. You've obviously been there, done that. But this person, I feel like, hasn't done the shadow work, is the easiest way I would describe that. This person hasn't done the shadow work. So they probably are likely like boasting about themselves, bragging about accomplishments that they've made. One of the things that I've always found in life, just through experience, is the people that talk the most about themselves, like always trying like, oh yeah, I'm the best at that, or I don't trust that. I feel like you should, like, how you live your life, or, you know, the choices that you make and how you guide yourself through that should really be what speaks for itself. It just never feels right for me when I'm engaged in a conversation with someone who spends most of that conversation bragging about themselves. Okay, great, good for you. You know, so yeah, I want to say this person's going through a difficult time, but they're trying to hide it big time. But they're hiding it in a way that's like, look at how great I am. Look what I accomplished. But these accomplishments are minor compared to what has been asked of them, you know, in some sort of shadow work that should be taking place here. I really do, honestly though, Capricorn, feel like you've done something. But, you know, being the Devil card in the tarot, this is really about mastering difficult things in life and coming through on the other side with some level of integrity. And integrity is whatever is, you know, something that feels right for you. You're not compromising yourself, and you don't feel like you're necessarily compromising others as well. Other people can compromise themselves. I feel like that's a bit of what's going on here. So let's keep going. We're going into the Divine Animal Oracle to add to this. Do you ever use like a new shampoo or conditioner and it smells so nice? And you know how you don't really smell it after a while? I used one today and it smells so nice. I'm distracted by my own scent. Am I bragging? It's just like, it's a fact. It's like, it smells nice. All right. Hubris. Observation, the peregrine falcon. This person might be at the point of some sort of an epiphany moment. They might be at the point of some part of an epiphany moment here. There's an opportunity for whoever this is outside of you to be guided. Like, it's a little bit like the universe is trying to reach down to them and connect again with them to see something, to move beyond something. Now, you've got Judgment and Loyalty, red-crowned crane. Wow. That just feels like very much, wow, look at this. Crane is taking her away. Honest, wow, Capricorn, I feel like if you're not right now, you're about to go through some sort of shift in your life. And you're standing at the point where, how would I describe it? The soul. Yeah, that's the underlying card. This is a big soul movement for you. Right? With the rebirth, with the butterflies. That's exactly what this is. But it's something that would have been held back over and over and over again. And maybe it has for you in some degree, until you can get to this scale and you're not bringing, like, maybe you're not bringing any feelings of pettiness or grief or anger or resentment or feeling jaded about, you know, anything in the past that might have happened to you or of you or through you or in whatever way, that you don't take this with you. Like you take the knowledge of the experience with you, but that's it. And then loyalty, I love this because this is also kind of being open to where the universe is taking you. I feel as well with these two cards that you've pulled out that you are being loyal to your soul, right? To what the purpose of the soul here is. There's a little bit of a feeling here with this energy that the ego is still in more control of this person's path than their soul. There's still a struggle there for the soul to kind of be heard. Which, really is not a right or a wrong thing. I feel like our souls incarnate into particular bodies in particular times because our bodies and our egos and our minds that come with those bodies and the experiences that we're going to have are meant to be challenges. Like, I feel like our human existence is meant to be a challenge on some level. Like, just even thinking about myself and my own shortcomings or bad habits or my own ego. And then sometimes I reflect on that and I think this is something that my soul would like to be able to work through. And, maybe in past lifetimes, my soul wasn't strong enough to do it. And this lifetime could just be getting a little bit stronger for the point where whatever that personality type is, your soul is able to always communicate to it and push through it. It's the light and the power of both entities. I feel like we're a bit of a parasitic to our bodies, our souls. But okay, so this person, like, I want to say, I don't think that's right or wrong. And this lifetime, depending on how they're going to go, I feel like they're coming to a head. Like something is about to happen here with observation and the Peregrine Falcon. And it might happen pretty quick because the Peregrine Falcon is the fastest animal on Earth. In a dive, it's clocked at like 220, 250. Is it kilometers an hour or miles? I don't remember which one it is. It's freaking fast. It's really fast. So let's see. Let's keep going with the tarot. My nose just got super itchy in your reading. I haven't done that in a long time. Maybe it's my hair. It smells so nice. I just want I know there's going to be some grumpy asshole in the comments. I don't like it when you're silly and funny. Well, I'm glad you're not in my life then. Because there's a lot of grumpy pusses out there, I'll tell you. And there's times when we're grumpy pusses. Even when we're playful, but... Oh my word. Come on, you can't tell me that you haven't washed your hair with something new. It's like, oh, it smells good. I smell good. I smell myself all day. That didn't sound good. Now I'm being silly. I think I'm doing it on purpose to push a button, right? All right. I don't think this person would appreciate it. I'm going to be honest. The Knight of Cups. Ooh, there's hope here. There's hope. There's hope. Right? Because it's all about the heart. It's all about the feelings and the emotion. Listening to that. I really feel like the soul has a much faster connection to the heart than it does to the mind. It's easier to get through to the heart. The heart was beating long before you had any brain in your body when you were in developmental stage. So, see, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords. This person is paying attention. Right? There's something coming in here. Divinity's trying to speak to them. They're paying attention. The Page of Wands. Wow, this person is open to experience. I really like that. This person is really open to experience. Now, what do you got here? Judgment, loyalty, the Four of Swords, the World. That's funny. Well, as I picked that out, it was in the reverse. I don't typically read it. That feels like unfinished business, right? When the World is not in the upright. But let's see. The Chariot. There's a strange... Okay. Who was this? It was Taurus's reading, which is kind of funny because it's another earth sign. And they had a reading where... Was this card in it? but it was the other person's energy. It was like, what did I call that? I think it was your partner in the Amazing Race of Life. And it was almost like their partner, someone that they were meant to create something with, was getting kind of held back at an event. And they couldn't get it figured out. I wanted to say, like, it's a little bit like what this is. It's kind of funny. It's a little bit similar. I can't really remember beyond that, like where that reading went, what their tarot cards were like. I don't remember that. But what is odd about your energy? It's almost like you're hanging out at the weigh scale here. There's perhaps a sense of loyalty. Waiting for someone to catch up to you. The Four of Swords, waiting, right? Just waiting. Look at that. Watching the clock, not doing anything except waiting patiently. And I was so intrigued how I was just looking at this in the reverse, which feels like unfinished business. I'm going to do it. Unfinished business. It really goes very well with the Four of Swords. Even if this was, we're going to read this in the upright, it does feel like patiently waiting for a major conclusion here. And the Chariot. The Chariot is not necessarily movement. The Chariot is about the anticipation of movement. Picking a direction and going with it. Getting it going after a period of waiting, a period of being stuck. That's really funny. So, you know, I would say, I mean, if you want to, I would go and check out the Taurus reading if this is resonating, because it feels like, from what these tarot cards are showing me, that this person, look at, it's like they're on their way to the weigh scale. Okay, got my heart ready. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it. The Page of Swords and the Page of Wands feels so much to me like this person is open to experience. They're open to seeing things. They're open to communicating things, giving, taking, right? With those two pages, it's very fresh. It's very new. The Page of Cups is in here, though. Doesn't mean they haven't experienced it already, right? Because these pages too are a little bit of what I think is, you know, a really good energy to step up to the scale in. You know, it's kind of like a fresh thinking, and not bringing, you know, if you want to even think of it as naive or innocent or both, that's the kind of energy that gets passed here. You know, you're not meant to bring the heaviness. But you have a loyalty at the weigh scale too. And it's like you're waiting. Could be somebody that you've been distant from. It could be a relative. It could be a partner. It could be, I mean, there's so many ways that this can come through. But I really do feel like, outside of trying to describe or give a label to what it is kind of in the 3-dimension or in a societal description, it's like a soul, right? And we got soul here. The soul. That's what this card is. The soul, the butterfly. A new beginning. Trickery. This reminds me a bit of the hubris card, like almost starting to become the very thing that you were trying to survive. But again, I feel like this person's coming out. You have the Queen of Cups and the Fool at the bottom. Wow. There's definitely a sense of the heart, the movement of the heart here. Now, you're waiting. I don't know. I always caution about that. You know, don't wait for people. Meant to be is meant to be. Get on with your life. Do that. But the Chariot, though, that's Major Arcana water. So, yeah, it's almost like you passed the weigh scale. You're waiting for movement. And you got a lot of full moons here. You have a full moon here. You have a full moon in the background of the World card. And you have this full moon with a Chariot. Hubris. The Hanged Man. The The Ace of Swords. You know, again, I'm being told to read reversals. Okay. The Hangman in reverse, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, and the Two of Wands. Combining the Hangman in reverse with the Ace of Swords feels very much like seeing and understanding things that have taken a long time to see and understand. Like you finally get something. You finally understand something. You finally see it clearly. And the Two of Wands perhaps this has something to do with a wish or a dream. I really do feel like you're dealing with someone who's been in a very dark place and they're coming out of it. Observation. Really isn't that keen. That's so keen with the Hanged Man. A very observant card. Observation. Oh, the King of Cups. This person can see things. I do see that they can see things they haven't seen before. And one of the things is depth, emotional depth here. Now, it doesn't necessarily say that this person is that, but, you know, I don't want to say that they're not. But observing, what are they observing? They're observing the King of Cups. Is that connected to you? I don't know, because you have the Chariot. Very, like, we're talking about water. I know you're an earth sign, so don't get caught up on that. This has to do with an element of, like, just being human. That's kind of like, it's being transformed. And you've transformed it. Like, you're kind of beyond the King or Queen of Cups here with the Chariot. You've taken on the full moon. You've got it 3 times. So you are really trusting your intuition. Really trusting your intuition. Really trusting your instincts, your feminine side. There's a ton of feminine energy. It's all feminine energy, actually, over here. Well, it's all feminine over here, too. It's really, except the King of Cups. But the Queen of Cups and the Fool is the underline, too. Is this person the Queen of Cups, looking for a new beginning? Looking for a fresh start? Looking for, That's funny. Where did a song come into my head? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in too many faces. That's funny. So maybe that's a song. Maybe this person's been doing that. I don't know. But yeah, they might, if you are the King of Cups, and this person is the Queen of Cups, I feel like there's some sort of balance here. They're at least looking. I think they might be looking for someone with some level of emotional depth here. Are they the Queen of Cups? It's the underline, so it's possible. They've got the Knight here. Oh, look at that. You got 2 of Cups at the bottom. The Knight of Cups. Those landed like a magnet. Jeez. I'm told to read the real. Okay. The Fool, the 3 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords are in reverse. So is the 7 of Swords. This just feels like an enormous number of blocks being removed. I'm going to tell you, if you go watch that Taurus reading, if this is resonating at all for you, go and watch that one first. And then it's like this person is no longer... Was it them that was stuck at the weigh scale? No, someone was stuck at a weigh scale. I feel like it was last week, and it's really bothering me. I wish I knew what reading it was. It almost feels like I'm talking about this person. I feel like a lot of you have been doing, like the people that are coming to my channel, have been doing a lot of your own spiritual growth and development. And I do feel like maybe some of you have been faster at this than some of the other people in your life. And I don't feel like all of these people are necessarily like toxic ex-partners or anything like that. Maybe some of them are, but just feels like someone that you're connected to on a soul level, and they're coming around the corner. Oh, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around. I haven't heard that one in a long time. So there's a lot of blocks here that have been removed. This person's heart is looking open. They're open to experience, and they're moving forward to the weigh scale. And it looks honestly like, to me, you're sitting at the weigh scale waiting. I hope you haven't been waiting, like, you know, putting your life on hold. You shouldn't do that shit. Page of Swords. This is a whole new way I gotta look at. Okay, the Nine of Swords is in reverse. And the Four of Pentacles. That just feels like not letting their thoughts get away with them. Like not letting their thoughts get away with them. The Page of Swords. So maybe this person tends to be a heavy thinker. They're trying to let their heart guide them here. This person is really trying to let their heart guide them. I feel like to them, maybe there's even a sense of, with this hubris card and these three, is realizing the most important focus too is like the dreams that you have for yourself. You know, projecting forward as opposed to this stuck in. There's a lot of energy that's been stuck that seems reversed here. Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, and even the Hangman. There's been some sort of a discovery here that the Falcon has connected with this person on. This person is, I want to say successfully, but early on, keeping their negative thoughts at bay with this Nine of Swords in reverse and the Four of Pentacles. Page of Wands. They're coming to the weigh scale, honey. This person's coming to the weigh scale. The Page of Cups. There it is. There it is. This is something. This is something. As somebody that you know that's been working on something toxic, I feel like, I mean, I don't know what it is in their life. That's not even showing up here in any way. But it definitely is something that I would say has affected both their heart and their mind. Maybe disagreements between, can I trust my heart? And then your heart saying, I don't know, can you trust your mind? And fascinating. Judgment. Here you are. We're going over here to you, Capricorn. Judgment. You have been waiting. You are the Hermit with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is coming out in reverse. It's almost like, yeah, it feels like getting ready to put out the fire and stand up, you know, like not resting, not waiting. The way she's just looking at the clock, just holding yourself tight, waiting. But now, you know, I don't feel like you necessarily put your life on hold, which I think is it's always a good thing, not to put your life on hold for other people. You don't know if someone is going to be able to do the work or whatever that might be, if they're going to kind of catch up to you or... But with loyalty too, I think you have been open to seeing where the universe takes you. Maybe the universe hasn't been taking you very far. Although if you're the Hermit, the Four of Swords, I don't know that you're necessarily diving into a lot of outside experiences beyond you. So loyalty. The Death card and the Eight of Wands in reverse. A rebirth put on hold, guys. What is this? Someone said something to me once about the red-crowned crane. There's something significant about them and partnerships, I think, that they mate for life. I can't remember. You can look that up. Maybe there's some sort of significance about the red-crowned crane for you all, if you want to. But this is like an ending, okay? You've been through some sort of an ending here, and your new beginning has been almost like a pause button with the Eight of Wands in reverse. You just keep repeating this energy here. that unfinished business. That's what I would really call this, because it's your reading. I know that I focused an awful lot on the energy outside of you, but it's your reading, and you could not be more unfinished business with whatever this is. Four of Swords. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Can I get anything else with that? The Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Swords, waiting. The Seven of Wands. You. Oh, and the Tower. I almost get the feeling like you know that there's something that somebody is going through here. And you are almost waiting for something to be dismantled. With the Five of Pentacles in reverse, this could be, like, to me, I'm kind of getting the feeling too of, you know, no longer looking at the glass half full and recognizing it when it's, no, when it's not, no longer looking at the glass as half empty and recognizing it as half full. But you're waiting here. You're defending, I don't know why. Maybe there's a lot of people trying to get to your energy. But the way this person is looking at the clock, it's like you anticipate something. You're anticipating something here. And this is going to break down a barrier. The World card in reverse. This just feels like the theme of this reading. Unfinished business. Judgment in reverse. And look at, right? Like, look at your Judgment. You pulled out the Hermit and the Four of Swords. And it just, I'm literally with those two cards, I'm seeing like someone who's been in this Hermit mode with the Four of Swords for quite some time. But at the minute this gets reversed, it's almost like, it's like the winds of change. Like, you start to sense the winds of change, and it's as if the Hermit is starting to get up, but there's a few things that need to be done before you can move forward to the weigh scale. I think you've already been, it's almost maybe you're on the other side of the weigh scale. I don't know. So funny how this is playing out, like how this message is coming through. But, you know, you got to get up. You got to stretch your legs a little bit. You've been sitting there for a while. You got to put the fire out. Make sure it's put out well. And preparation. Oh, this is really unfinished business. The Chariot. Here we are. The Chariot. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. The King of Wands. Well then, what is this? Hello, this just got interesting. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are an ideal partnership. The Queen of Pentacles sits between them. Is that? There's a lot of ways this can be coming through. You could be dealing with somebody who has a family or parents that have made them believe certain things about themselves, and the things that they've made them believe are keeping them back from kind of catching up to who you are. But yet it's almost like it's got a little bit of that Romeo and Juliet feeling, you know, like there's, these people are coming from two very different, even socioeconomic backgrounds, perhaps. As just like a simple example, it could be race, it could be religion. There's a lot of things that could be coming up here. But the funny way this Queen of Pentacles is sitting here between these two ideal partners, it's almost like, okay, there could be some sort of practical problem that's been in someone's life here that has been stopping them from moving forward. But, you know, that could have come out in other ways. That could have really come out in other ways. Because that we have an actual court card here, it feels like a person. It feels like a person, a type of responsibility, Someone who holds the purse strings. I really want to look at these significant court cards here. Tell us about the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Swords. Wow. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Cups and the Star. Whatever this obstacle is, it's been healed. The King of Wands. Tell me about the King of Wands. The Ten of Wands. Justice. The Chariot. There is a shitload of court cards here. Okay, if this is not an individual that's been standing in the way, it's some sort of circumstance. It could very well also be some sort of... there's some sort of need that's had to have been looked after here, right? Like there's something practical that is standing in the way. The Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, this is fire and air. This is really intense energy. I feel like you're the King of Wands in this reading. Like I feel like, because, you know, there does take quite a degree of self-actualization, I would put with the King of Wands, self-leadership, even, you know, something that's not often talked about with the King of Wands, but self-control at the right time as well. Like this is somebody who has their fire element in control, their drive, their passion, their calling. They keep that in balance. And to me, you're past the scales here. Like you've kind of made it to the other side of a portal. The Ten of Wands and Justice. So you've done some heavy work here. Very heavy, right? Like you've carried the heavy burdens. I think you might have even been through, like, right, because Justice also feels like something being weighed. You may have at some point in your life experienced going to this weigh scale a couple of times. So that's interesting too, because the Ten of Wands, like how you get into the weigh scale with all that, right? But it's almost like, well, you're walking the other way. You didn't get past it. But I feel like you are. You've done some sort of work here. But your background shows me that you've maybe even been in a similar situation to someone outside of you. Possibly because you've been there, done that. Taken all this heavy shit to the weigh scale and been turned away. Nope, you're not going past. You're not having that new beginning. So, I don't know. Maybe either you're older than this person or you've just experienced particular types of scenarios before they have. But it does seem like you know what it's like to walk up to the weigh scale and not be ready to pass go. This energy is intense. Queen of Wands. There's a lot of queens here. Almost like pre-Empress energy. Oh, the Queen of Cups, though, is over there. And the King of Cups. You got the King and Queen of Cups and the King and Queen of Wands. I think that's all I got to say. I'm going to go do the extended. Oh. Wow. That's a lot. Underline, you have the Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Oh, it's like hitting the weigh scale, honey. Five of Cups, Page of Wands, the Hierophant. There's a sense here of, I don't know, it almost feels like I'm reading the weigh scale. Trips to the weigh scale. I'm going to call it that too. I feel like there's been a lot of obstacles in whatever this is. Like you and this other person or entity. It does feel like a person. I feel like this person has approached the weigh scale with some sort of sense of maybe monetary like, oh yeah, you're gonna weigh this, right? The Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. See, but that just ends up emotional disappointment. Like the weigh scale said, no, sorry. Your heart's still heavy. Why are you carrying that? That's a concept that you can't bring forward here. But then on the other side of the disappointment is being open to a new path with this Page of Wands. And even open to, you know, because this Hierophant is so different. Like everybody's kind of working together really nicely. Nobody's sitting above anyone else or dictating rules. There's definitely a different way of looking at, perhaps even rules and structures. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to go do the extended, Capricorn. In the extended, I'm going to continue to pull out cards. I'm going to see what the universe wants to say beyond this. Thank you so much, Practicorns. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of days off. It is the Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. My mumsies is coming down, so I'm gonna spend some time with my mumsies. And then I will start a whole new series of readings. I got a new deck of cards that I'm excited to use, so I'm gonna use them when I start the new series after a couple of days off. So thank you so much, Capricorns. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.